evening and welcome to Hunter Ice Skating Stadium for the Jim Brown tournament. We are about to see Ice Hockey Queensland take on Ice Hockey ACT, and I am Courtney Kynaston. I am joined by Eric Brook. Hello again, Eric.
Hello.
We are back.
We are back. Good afternoon, Courtney. Good afternoon, everyone. The rain during that intermission was absolutely amazing, and the hockey inside is going to be absolutely amazing as well today. We've got so many AIHL representatives on either team, primarily from the the CBR Brave and also the Brisbane Lightning. We
certainly do. I look, that matchup in itself, what we've seen historically in the AIHL is always fun, but there's a few names on your list that are potentially up-and-coming players that we haven't seen in the AI yet, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they go and how they shine in amongst these players.
Absolutely. If we have a look at the Brisbane Lightning, for instance, they had a narrow loss to New South Wales this morning. And if you look at their goal scorers, it wasn't the Lightning players that actually scored. Hugh Campbell was one, Chris Moore was another one, and Zach Gum was another one. No Lightning players amongst the three goal scorers that took on New South Wales this morning. This is the ACT's debut in this tournament. They've travelled up this morning and this afternoon. So, you know, it's not a short trip between Canberra and Newcastle.
No, around 4 to 5 hours, if my memory serves me correctly. And look, they've had a luxury of not having to play this morning in the 8:15 and 10 o'clock game. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing how they play and what energy they can bring. And this is Queensland's second game of the day, so they'll be feeling a bit tired. Their legs will be feeling a bit used up, so hopefully they can really step up and shine.
The goaltending situation will be interesting for Queensland. Patrick Ivans, a current member of the Commentators Union, he started this morning. Looking at the net now, I dare say that Cameron Miller will be starting, and looking down at the ACT, Alex Tetreault with a lot of experience. Wouldn't surprise me if he starts. Stuart Woodall is the other ACT goalie.
The goalies have honestly really stood out to me this tournament so far. The game a couple of hours ago, South Australian filling in was Ethan Speld, absolutely stood on his head for that team. And Patrick Ivans played incredibly this morning as well. So I very much am a fan of Alex Tetreault when I've watched him in the AIHL. So I don't think they will disappoint us this afternoon.
So Cameron Miller in net for Queensland and Alex Tetreault heading in net for ACT. So Alex Tetreault on screen in the blue for ACT on the right, and Cameron Miller for Queensland on screen in the left in predominantly white. Our officials are ready. Strap yourselves in because this is going to be a fantastic game of hockey.
We have a Rapchuk facing off against a Kubara.
There we go. And here comes the ACT working it out of centre ice. It'll come towards Cafe Corner. Arun Rapchuk first to the puck for Queensland. Into the action early is Miller trying to clear it out, and they clear it out now via Higgins. Back to the neutral zone. Rapchuk again of the Arun variety. Brave working. Knew that was going to happen sooner or later. ACT working it back into neutral ice. Here's Rapchuk again. Rapchuk fires a big deflection there by Tetreault out into neutral ice off the rebound in via Victorious. And ACT work it out of their own defensive end. Here's Casey Kubara now, right-hand side, centering past to Christensen. Christensen fires. Good shot there, saved there by Miller. Still attacking, here's Henning. Working down low, back now for Christensen. Christensen just looking for someone. It was good work there by Lachlan Farmy to keep it in the zone initially. Entering the zone is Fedor. And back into neutral ice. Here's Greenwood. Casey Kubara again entering the zone on the left-hand side. Thinking about the shot. Can't find the shot. There's Henry York. Start here for the Adelaide Generals a couple of weeks ago, or 3 or 4 weeks ago in AJ. Shot from Fedor. Deflected. No action required initially by Tetreault. Ready on the right-hand post. Centering pass. Finds Kai Miettinen. Thomas Kowinick. Battle up against the boards near the Queensland penalty box, and across ice we go. Greenwood with the puck for Queensland. Cross ice pass, Cairns, Kawinick. Kawinick left-hand side, entering the zone on the left-hand side. Shoots, deflected by Tetra, off the glass, still in play. Kawinick with the puck again for Queensland on the attack, centering pass, but there was nobody in maroon. And white working it out is Maresco. Back into neutral ice, here's Greenwood. Opening couple of minutes, 0-0 between ACT and Queensland. Icing's been waved off. That'll come back for Christensen for ACT. Christensen, some pressure, gets out of that one, looks towards the left, centering pass, tapped on by Tyler Kabara. Finding Matuk. Tyler Kabara centering. Queensland clear it out of the slot. And that, Courtney, will come back to icing.
This has been a very end-to-end start to this game. So it is really nice to see two quite equally matched teams. So both with an opportunity, both getting a couple of shots. So I was about to say CBR. ACT with one shot.
It had to happen.
Queensland with three. So this nice even game so far.
Attacking zone face-off for the ACT. Here they come now, the men in blue and yellow. A different shade of blue than what we're used to seeing in Australian hockey. Congestion there in the slot. Queensland try and clear it out. ACT still with possession thanks to Dorshenko. Back now for Christensen on the blue line. Doesn't mind the shot. Getting sent wide by Chris Moore. Gets a shot on and a good save there by Cameron Miller.
Some great pressure from the ACT up that end, so making the Queensland team really work hard.
They certainly are. And what this will do for the players who don't have AI experience, this will give them a good gauge of where they're at, because they'll want to compete with the players with AI experience on either side of the ice.
And look, this is potentially an opportunity for coaches to see what level they're at as we look towards the 2024 season. Absolutely.
Kawinick working it out of his own defensive end, finds Higgins Craig. Here's Rapchuk. Rapchuk fires deflected and the netting and out of play.
Very quick turnaround for Queensland there. They were in their defensive end. They've broken out, got it through the neutral zone and got a strong shot on the ACT down the other end. So that was really well played, really well taken by the ACT goalie. Attacking
zone face-off for Queensland now. Rapchuk, he's been everywhere. Casey Kabara. Lachlan Farmey now losing possession briefly. Zamboni corner. Queensland try and find Brown. There's Brown on the blue line, but only makes it as far as Casey Kabara. Casey Kabara entering the zone. He's got some company. Shot goes wide. No action required there by Miller. Neutral ice. Entering the zone. Here comes Santilli. Santilli fires. I think there's a net guard on the ice. Casey Kabara using all of his skills. Finds some support on the right-hand side in the form of Jordan Brunt. Back into neutral ice. Queensland have it briefly. Back for Rapchuk. Cross-ice pass for Kawinick. Kawinick, left-hand side. Finds Beer. Beer here. Turns it over to Fedor. Fedor battling with heading up against the boards on the far side. Casey Kabara with it now right-hand side. Whiffs on the shot. And a good shot from Fedor. It was right in the logo, but it was still a quality shot.
Absolutely. But look, for fear of sounding like a broken record, some hockey games can be won and lost on mistakes. And a mistake from the ACT just then saw a great shot from Queensland. While it hit the logo, it was still a great opportunity that they tried to capitalise on.
Attacking zone face-off for Queensland. ACT trying to work it out of their own end. Here's Katovic. Cross-ice pass for ACT. Here's Beer again, out of the zone, back into neutral ice. Dumped back in the zone by Patoris from Queensland. Left off for Henning. Battle up against the boards. Henning spins out of that one. Cross-ice pass off the skate initially of Tyler Kabara, entering the zone briefly. Before taking over there was Gum, who got himself a goal this morning against New South Wales. ACT entering the zone near the cafe corner. Just looking to set up in front is a good opportunity for Charlie York. Losing possession, and that'll come back now for Brunt. Neutral zone. 5 minutes gone in the first period, 0-0 between ACT and Queensland. Near the Queensland bench. Here's an opportunity for Moore now. Entering the zones for Dorr. Shot went wide. No action required there by Tetro. Kept in the zone by Cairns. Centering pass for Dorr in front. For Dorr couldn't pull the trigger. He was monstered by two Seagulls there. And working it out of troubles is Tyler Kabara on to Mitch Henning. Henning enters the zone. Centering pass. I thought he whiffed on the shot initially, but he recovered and replied, and that is 1-0 to the ACT.
Look, I think they've done very well there. Well, look, wasn't the prettiest goal I've seen, but it's hit the back of the net, and that's exactly what matters. So I think we see here the goalie does butterfly across and tracks the player, but there's just a big old open amount of net over his shoulder, and they're able to just lift it on that second shot. And I almost wonder if the Queensland goalie has thought, oh, he's whiffed on it, and then not really prepared himself for that second shot, which is what went in.
So Charlie York there. Now, he may have had a look of relief on his face. I'm not sure as he skated past us. Like, he would have been happy to get the goal, but considering the misfire, and then he recovered quickly. So 1-0 to the ACT. Greenwood losing possession to Kai Miettinen. Heavy contact in front of the central commentary position there. Tetro just settling the puck down. Zamboni corner. Kai Miettinen. Brother Ricky's on the bench as well. So there's two Miettinens in play and two Kabaras. I thought that might have been a hand pass out of the defensive zone in the neutral ice, but it's been allowed to continue. Play continues. And here comes Pretorius now. Pretorius entering the zone for Queensland. Right hand side. Can't pull the trigger just yet. Looks for a lane. There's lots of players in the slot there. He got a good shot on him. Good save there by Tetro. Back into neutral ice. Kai Miettinen now for the ACT. Fires. Good save there by the fire extinguisher in the form of Cameron Miller.
For the viewers are playing along at home, a hand pass is only seen as something that will get a whistle in the attacking zone. So if ACT had done that up in front of the goalie, absolutely a whistle would have been blown. But defensively, you're allowed to bat that puck away.
So I thought if it's totally within the defensive zone, it's sweet.
Yes.
But that one went into neutral ice. But
because he hit it down and then it rolled over the blue, I think that's why the refs have let him get away with it.
They're a lot closer and a lot more experienced than me. I'm happy with that. Brave now on the attack via Matuk. Skate higher corner. ACT. Queensland trying to work it out of their zone. They do now. It's back for Beer. Backhanded shovel finds Christensen for the ACT. Back in the neutral ice, but there's a Queensland player waiting for it. Arun Rapchuk, who just whacks it in and comes off for a change. Casey Kabara. They work it out the right-hand side. Turnover there, and there's a player without his stick who now recovers. Matuk battling against Brown briefly. Matuk clears it out, cherry picking on the blue line, which is totally fine by Buskus. ACT continuing through Casey Kabara. Big battle against Rapchuk. Against Kawinikrava. Entering the zone, Rapchuk misfires, trying to find some help in Santelli. Santelli couldn't help. And back now, entering the zone, the ACT via Casey Kabara. Fixter came across and Brown came across to help change his mind to send the puck somewhere else. Up against the boards now is Brunt. Queensland looking to clear it out. They cleared out via Fixter. Trying to fire but couldn't quite fire was Gum. He was under some pressure. Gum with the puck now. Back for Brunt, clearing it out, finding Farmy. Farmy with the pass, but it was straight to Katovic, who sprayed it wide. Zamboni corner. Kept in the zone well by Neil Pretorius. Farmy, Casey Kabara. Got options left and right, just slowing the play down, looking for a definite option. Just elects to dump it in, giving his team an opportunity to change should they need to. And one thing that I've noticed so far, Courtney, the penalty box doors haven't opened.
Yeah, look, it makes for great hockey with a lot of flow, a lot of movement, and both teams having more chance to pass.
And that will come back for icing.
This is a starkly different game to what we've seen the previous three. This feels like very much a more evenly matched team in the sense that both teams are moving the puck well. Their passing is more accurate, and they're getting more opportunities for shots on. So this is probably the most even game I've seen with shots on, with 4 going to the ACT and 5 shots for Queensland so far.
Attacking zone face-off for the ACT now. Queensland trying to work it out of their own defensive end, and they managed to do so via Vidor briefly. Trying to enter the zone, Charlie York. Big contact up against the boards near the penalty boxes. Katovic leaving the zone for Queensland. Centre right, getting a good shot on Tetro. Nobody near him, so he plays on. Good opportunity for Charlie York, but he left the puck behind. Here's Pretorius entering the zone for Queensland now. Gets a shot on. Saved there by Tetro, deflected away. Secondary opportunity coming up for Queensland, but the ACT are there in numbers with 5:20 remaining in the first period. 1-0 to the ACT. Centering pass now, and in front was a great opportunity for the ACT.
Beautiful catch by Cameron Miller just there. He sort of twisted his arm backwards, and I feel like he caught it underneath himself a little. Impressed with that. So once again, another goalie on my list that I'm a fan of.
Absolutely. Attacking zone face-off coming up now for the ACT. Brunt on the blue line, uses the wall, uses the glass. Queensland via Kowinick. Kowinick uses the left-hand side as his escape route. Cairns applying some pressure, but the ACT have the puck. Intercepted well there by Greenwood in centre ice. Here's Kai Miettinen now entering the zone, getting forced wide. Play continues. And Kowinick's in good position to leave the Queensland defensive zone. Crosses the border into the attacking half of the ice. Cross ice pass. Here comes Queensland on the left-hand side. Just happy to dump it in is Chris Moore, and he'll come off for a change. Back now for Christensen for the ACT. Centre pass. Christensen almost intercepted by Santilli. Fires. The puck still free. Pretorius comes to lend a hand to his goalie. And Pretorius clears it out back into neutral ice. Received there by Buskus, entering the zone on the right-hand side. It's got a little bit of support, but not much. Christensen comes in to lend a hand now, back into neutral ice. With 3:45 remaining in the first, ACT 1-0. Back for Casey Kabara, defensive end. Nice stretch pass. Doesn't find the intended target directly, though. Took a bit of time. Now he's got it. Firing. There's a player in front, Joey Matuk. And there's a penalty coming. Penalty box door will be opening with 3:30 remaining in the first.
Referee Joey Terrio indicating a tripping call, so it looks like Queensland will be going on the penalty kill. And look, these are two teams that are very structured, Eric. So that's the best way I can articulate what we are seeing this evening, where they are moving the puck really strategically, and they're passing it well to their teammates, and even the way they're interfering with the opposition's plays, there's so much structure to it. They're not just ping-ponging it off the boards and hoping their teammate gets it. So in this moment, what we'll really expect to see from ACT is that they're going to spread out around the zone and really open up passing opportunities.
So the first power play opportunity for the ACT, and this is a really interesting thing, depending on how long they've been making some repairs in the neutral zone here. The reason for the delay. It makes me wonder, depending on how long the shift's been out there, do you keep them out there, or do you bring your other power play unit on?
Look, it really comes down to the coach and how close the game is. So look, it is only a 1-0 game. Looking at the ACT's lineup, they've got some strong players out there with both Kubara brothers for one, and it looks like maybe Kai Miettinen out there. To me, coach is putting his best line out so that he can pull that score line ahead.
Also, it depends on who's on the ice at the time, and if the top power play unit's basically already out there. Here's Christensen back to Casey Kabara, back to Christensen, looking for a lane that's open. They've got a player in front in Kai Miettinen. Miettinen there after the shot there from Christensen, kept in the zone well by Christensen. Good work there by Henning. Back to Henning on the half wall. Cross ice pass for Christensen. Cross for Casey Kabara. Thinks about a shot, finds Christensen. They're very patient traditionally on their power play, this particular unit. Back now for Tyler Kabara. Got lots of eyes in front of Miller. Back now for Henning. Henning. Christensen. Christensen fires, deflection attempt in front. That's exactly what they're aiming for. And Queensland clear it out.
Can also see in that moment, Eric, how Queensland are very much in that box formation, and that's what every coach will teach you in a PK. You want to be in a box and shut down shooting lanes.
And now they're going to have to shut down Casey Kabara as he enters the zone at speed on the left-hand side, looking for a lane that's open, looking for someone with a good shot. Back now for Nick Christensen. He's got Henning for company. He's got players in front as well. He's got Mietin in front. Mietin with the puck at point-blank range, cleared out by Miller and Queensland. 35 seconds of the power play remaining. Right-hand side. Casey Kabara across for Henning. Henning has to keep it in the zone now. Henning back for Casey Kabara. Casey Kabara fires in front. Backdoor opportunity just wide from Nick Christensen. 20 seconds of the power play remaining. Another attempt. Henning fires and a great save there by Miller.
Look, this is textbook power play PK play going on out there. So ACT, not only are they passing it around and around that zone, but the players are moving so that they're getting away from the Queensland players. But the Queensland players are staying perfectly in that box, and they're not actually giving them as much room as they would want in that situation, and they're totally protecting their goalie.
So 1:48 remaining on the big clock. The little clock just about expired. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Queensland trying to clear it out of trouble at their defensive end. But the ACT are there in numbers. Queensland trying to clear it out now. Pretorius just out of the penalty box. Trying to clear it out on the right-hand side now. Thrown off the puck there. That was good work there by Buskus. Back into neutral ice now. Cross-ice pass from Pretorius. Trying to find Campbell, who had to watch the offside. Back now for Henning. Cross-ice pass for Farmy. Farmy entering the zone. Dorshenko winds up, fires, misses. No action required there by Miller. Queensland should be able to clear it out of the zone on the left-hand side, and they do by Kadovic. Here's an opportunity for Moore. Moore up against the door of doom. The puck continues to move. Brunt with it now for the ACT. Nice pass on into centre ice, receiving York. York whiffs on the shot, and Queensland are there to pick his pocket. That'll come all the way back with 35 seconds remaining in the period. Short intermission after this one. Long intermission after the second. Casey Kabara entering all the zones now. Firing across, finding Henning. Henning fires, deflected into the corner. 20 seconds remaining in the period. Queensland just need to keep it out. Casey Kabara fires, lots of traffic in front. And I don't know how Miller saw that.
Incredibly well. Look, goalies are amazing, and both at either end this evening, they've just got eagle eyes. They're tracking the puck really well, and one of the key things they have to do is make sure that they've got vision. So their Ds will be pushing ACT players out of the way, and so that they can track it all the way to their glove. So
15 seconds remaining, and through to Miller, so you can finish your thought.
Well, no, that was pretty much it, and he proved the point. In that moment, he's watching that face-off, and that's probably one of the slower pucks he's had to track so far in this game.
Sometimes they're the dangerous ones, because you're expecting it to come hard at you all the time, and then one comes through that little bit softer, and that will come back with icing with a handful of seconds remaining.
I think as we look to the break in just over 5 seconds, these teams are going to want to look at structuring themselves and coming out. The only way that they're really going to be able to attack and forecheck well is to plan to move the goalie. They've got to keep passing the puck as strategically and as strong as they are already. And Queensland really need to put more pressure on. So we're back to the face-off dot with Kubara in winning the face-off, but Queensland taking the last few seconds.
Interestingly, that face-off court, ACT actually pulled Tetro for that 5 seconds.
They did.
Rob Dushman, if you're at home, you would have been happy with that. No, he's over there.
He's in the penalty box.
He would have been happy with that. I know he was talking about pulling a goal in a similar situation this morning.
I was in the penalty box at the time, so I'm not sure what he was saying.
So it was towards the end of a period, and Rob was saying, well, you know, the players at the other end, why not use that opportunity to put the extra attacker on? And you know, the score was a little bit different from 1-0,
Yes.
but
Look, you generally don't see it till the very end of a game when a team is really pushing to either tie or get a couple of goals. So, you know, 5 seconds, it's a fairly low risk, but you never know what might happen.
so just having a look at both benches, Courtney.
Yeah, I imagine the coaches will be down there pretty happy with how, like, if I was coaching either of these teams, I'd be incredibly happy with how the teams are playing. So from here, they really need to look to, when they're attacking, moving that goalie, getting him post to post to post, and passing it so succinctly that they catch him out of position and open up that gap. So when you've got solid goaltending and solid defense, you've got to make the gaps. The other thing that the players will be looking to do will be drawing mistakes. So by putting pressure, so the more pressure Queensland can put on the ACT, the more opportunity there is for the ACT to fumble it and make a mistake and turn the puck over. So I think it's going to be a great second and third period, and anything could happen in a 1-0 game. So ACT will be looking to probably get the next goal and just feel a little more comfortable while continuing to put the pressure on.
So just having a look at that first goal for ACT, Charlie York scored it, assisted by Mitch Henning and Jordan Brunt.
Now, Charlie York is a name that we mentioned quite a few times a few weeks ago at the AJIHL, so it's nice to see him out with what I'll term the big boys. So, you know, the top-level AI guys come with a lot of experience, and it lifts our next generation of players. So looking out there and seeing our under-20 AJ playing with that level, it can only mean good things for the hockey future.
And Charlie's picking up that experience in the AI as well. So period 2 action, ACT straight on the attack. Shot goes wide there from Casey Kabara. Back into neutral ice now. Christensen just controlling the play. Brunt seeing an opportunity to pounce his Santilli. Back now for Christensen. Christensen at his own defensive end. Finds Casey Kabara. Loses possession. Pretorius back now for Santilli, captaining the Queenslanders this campaign. Through to Tetro. Trying to clear it out, and they clear it out back into neutral ice. Here come the ACT via Henning. Henning enters the zone, leaves the puck behind him, possibly trying to find Casey Kabara on the trailer, but couldn't quite connect. Is it a penalty if you trip yourself over? Back now, I think they call that losing an edge. Jordan Brunt does a great job of keeping it in the zone. Neil Pretorius trying to clear it out, cleared out of the slot area by Rapchuk. Backhanded shovel out, and that will come all the way back for icing.
Look, some very early pressure from the ACT, which I'm not surprised at. They have just had a slight edge, and look, being a 1-0 lead can certainly add to that, the mental strength when you're stepping out to do your shift. So you know, we are in the attacking zone for ACT, and I think they've got a great opportunity here.
So Kadovic now trying to clear the zone, finds Pretorius for Queensland, out of the zone, all the way back down, and that is not icing. Play can continue via Lachlan Farmy. Tyler Kabara leaves the puck behind. Now they get it back into neutral ice, all the way back down, and that again will come back for icing. We should also mention shots on goal.
Yeah, look, highlighting what I said in the first period, it is a very even game, and it remains that way with ACT 9 shots on goal to Queensland's 8. So, look, the play we are witnessing in front of us, as well as the shots on, it's all very, very even, and I think it's going to stay that way, and they just need to draw a mistake out of their opposition in order to get an opportunity.
Queensland looking to spend some quality time down this end of the ice. Battling, centering pass for Dor in front, had a great opportunity, but Alex Tetro extinguished that fire.
ACT showing a lot of strength defensively in really keeping Queensland away from Tetro. So they're not in a position where they're able to block his vision, which means he's able to track the puck well. And on this face-off, got a nice clear view straight through and able to save another one off that face-off win from Queensland.
There you go. So Fedor will take the face-off, attacking zone face-off to the left-hand side of Tetro. Back now for Queensland. Greenwood firing. He got enough of it. Tetro to deflect it wide. Greenwood continuing. Battle up against the boards behind the net. Tetro has to be careful. Greenwood keeping it in the zone. ACT just looking to get out the quickest way they can. Farmy continues to promote the puck now. They're trying to clear it out. There's a penalty coming. There's an arm in the air. The penalty box door will be opening. Hooking the call. And Queensland, Courtney, about to hit the power play.
Absolutely. Look, ACT knew straight away that he'd done it. No objection, nodded his head. And unfortunately, a pretty blatant hooking. Those ones, you'd call it any day. So, look, this is the type of mistake that I was referring to, Eric. It's a power play opportunity is a great chance when you've got that extra attacker on the ice and they're down a player, you move them around, you move the puck well. And about to say Queensland holding possession off that face-off, but we're going to go back to the dot and try that again.
What I'd like to see it, I know I'm going to see it from these two teams. If you're on the power play, you should be the dominant one for the next 2 minutes.
Absolutely. That is the goal, but on the penalty kill, you're also fighting just as hard to get it out.
Christensen now trying to lead the ACT defensive end. Uses the wall as his friend. No icing on the penalty kill. 12:38 remaining in the second period. 1-0 ACT. Pretorius at his own end. 1:43 of their power play remaining. Works at the right-hand side for Fedor. Trying to beat Gum. Will that be icing on the power play? No. Christensen trying to clear it out. Henning lending a hand. Queensland taking over now on the attack. Santilli hitting the net but can't pull a trigger on it. Arun Rapchuk needed to be like 6'11" to reach that one as he comes back now for Fedor. Fedor just controlling the pace at the moment. Finds Gum right near the Queensland bench. Gum trying to find Pretorius. Well kept in the zone by Gum. Casey Kabara out of the zone. Back now for Henning. Henning all alone. This will eat valuable seconds. Battle in the corner. Rapchuk gets the better of that one. They clear it out. 55 seconds of their power play remaining, Queensland. Pretorius now's got Rapchuk for company. He's got Fedor for company. Goes himself. Gets dispossessed. Regains possession. Battle in the corner near the cafe. And Miller will just settle the puck down. A bit of urgency there shown by Gum as he was shadowed. Rapchuk out of the zone. Entering the zone, Fedor. Fedor getting sent wide by Farmy. Still gets a good shot on. ACT clear it out. 20 seconds remaining of the Queensland power play. Back now for Thomas Kowinick. Kowinick hasn't got long in this power play. 10 seconds remaining in the power play. He's got options left and right, or he can go himself straight up the middle. Centering pass. Finds one player in the form of Moore. And we have a whistle.
Yeah. With 1 second on the clock, I know the players over there just going, oh, I was almost out of the box. But look, the ACT have really emphasised a great penalty kill system. They're not only getting it out of their defensive zone, but they're putting just enough pressure on the puck carrier up in the Queensland zone that they're not able to break it out cleanly. They're getting stuck holding onto it for too long, and they're not getting it into the neutral zone and up for an attacking shot. So they really played a great penalty kill.
Back now for ACT as they clear it out of the zone via Farmy. Here's an opportunity for Tyler Kabara. Entering the zone on the left-hand side. Heavy contact with Kowinick. Kowinick wins the battle on that occasion. Right-hand side now. Battle up against the board near the penalty box by Brown. A great name to have during the Brown tournament. Jamie Brown. As the ACT try and clear it out of their defensive end now. Applying some good pressure was Campbell. across the face of goal. No action required there by Tetro. Kept in the zone. Kowinick fires. But there was an ACT body in front of him. Ricky Miettinen with it now. Here's Cairns trying to squeeze through a gap. Campbell managed to get a shot on in traffic. Heavy contact on the boards near skate higher. Centering pass. Beats the stick of Brown, so Brown has to turn and chase. Coming back. Katovic. Cross ice pass. Rapchuk battling against Tyler Kabara. Tetro, no action required. Back now for Brunt. Brunt at his own defensive end. All the way back down. Just dumped in the zone by Pretorius. Coming back now for Beer. Brunt. Excellent disposition there by Santilli. Santilli walks in, can't pull the trigger. Katovic tries to pull the trigger. There's air swings everywhere. Shot went wide. Here's Rapchuk. Finds Santilli. Loses it to Brunt. Brunt trying to clear it out. Charlie York with it now. York with a cross ice pass. Found Santilli. And Santilli did fantastically to keep it in the attacking zone. Now it's cleared out by the ACT. Back into neutral ice. Now they clear it out. Working it out is Pretorius. They're just electing to go backwards at the moment, Queensland. Battle on the half wall on the far side. Taking over now is Brunt for the ACT. Couldn't get a shot thanks to the skates of Pretorius. Battle in Zamboni corner. Fixed there, Zamboni corner. Zamboni out in 8:20. They go the aerial route. Gum has to turn and chase. Tidying up the mess there is Casey Kabara for the ACT. Just putting on a skating clinic, a puck handling clinic, all at the same time. Just looking left, looking right, telling his teammates to go upfield, boys, upfield. Here's Henning doing exactly that. Passing it on to Charlie York. Charlie York fires, deflected there by Miller. ACT out of the zone. Have to turn and chase. Farmy. Watched there by Fixter. He was good in AJ recently when he was here. Great interception by Katovic. Pressured there by Christensen. Centering pass. Finds the stick of Fedor, and Fedor goes bar down because that's where all the good stuff is. It's 1-1.
What a beautiful goal. I was standing here about to just talk about how the momentum really felt like it had shifted in ACT's favour, and Queensland just came through with a beautiful play. So we watch the replay here. We can see the puck just come straight over Tetra. He couldn't see it, and we just see the top of the net shake. Great opportunity, well taken, well struck.
Absolutely. Julian Fedor, he's been good for them. So it's 1-1 with 7:25 remaining. That'll come back down. Miller watchful. Kowinick with it now, left-hand side, trying to clear the zone. He's certainly pressured though by Henry York. So we've got the York brothers along with the Burrows and the Mitchinens. Farmy. Contact at centre ice. Miettinen of the Kai variety. Kai Miettinen fires and it goes through to Miller.
I think the goal from Queensland really emphasises that puck possession is important, but taking a shot the moment that puck's on your stick when you are in that shooting zone is so important. They might have rebounded and gone to another player, but he was able to just get it over the goalie, and it's important just to take every shot you can.
The puck balloons off Kowinick. The ACT on the attack. Queensland trying to get out of their defensive zone. Well kept into the zone by the ACT. Shot goes wide. No action required by the scorers or by the goalie. Pressure there. Brunt getting around Santilli. Trying to find a player who'd moved. Kowinick now, heavy contact, and that's a broken stick, and the player quite wisely leaves the broken stick alone. You don't want to get penalised for that. Back into neutral ice, Santilli, who's done a lot of good work so far, dumping in the zone. Tetro, watchful, just happy to play it on the stick. Tries to find Matuk, but only finds Pretorius in centre ice, but gives his team a margin at least, and that will come all the way back for icing with 6:08 remaining in the second. It's 1-all.
Oh, a broken stick is heartbreaking. So we'll rewatch the hit, and it just, at the time, it just snaps the top of his stick off. And in our leagues, everyone still has full-time jobs and work, so you see a broken stick on the ice, it's $300-400 that's got to come out of the pocket to replace it.
Wonder how many sticks they actually bring with them. It'd be a minimum of 2.
Minimum 2, absolutely.
Christensen couldn't keep it in the zone. He elects to go back. He finds Farmy neutral ice. Pretorius just happens to dump it in. Happy to dump it in. He really watched where the red line was, so it wasn't icing. Here's Fixter battling. Went wide there. Happy to come off for a change. Keeping it in the zone. Santilli cleared out back into neutral ice. Here's Katovic. Finding Fedor. Fedor just happy to dump it in and dump and chase, and that's quite a valid option. Farmy clearing it out right-hand side. Finds Gum. Couldn't convert in the slot. Centering pass. Here comes Henning now. Henning under pressure by Pretorius. Katovic. Casey Kabara. Centering pass. Finds Brunt. Brunt fires, but it was deflected on the way through. Casey Kabara looking down low. Find Henning down low. Henning was under pressure by Fedor. Zamboni corner. Zamboni out in 5 minutes. Queensland looking to clear it out via Fedor. Fedor to Fixter. The door of doom didn't help Fixter on that occasion. It was a funky bounce. Firing wide. Nothing really on target by Maresco. Here's Charlie York looking for some options. Queenslander there are numbers in Pretorius. Henning taking over for ACT. Getting around one, battling in the corner. Heavy contact. Katovic returns the favour. Firing a good shot. The puck still free. Cleared out of the slot. That was a quality shot. I'd like to see that one on the replay again. Not only the shot, but the recovery, please.
Absolutely. And look, the way it just drops in behind the goalie, but the defender was just ready to go, and look, getting it out of the zone is the safest play to do in that moment.
So here comes the replay of the shot and then the recovery. Fantastic all round.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, Queensland are doing quite well in getting the puck off ACT, so I think their goal has really added to their momentum.
Attacking zone face-off. Kai Mantinen back now for Beer. Beer fires and stretching and just reaching the glove out. Mic drop.
Absolutely a mic drop catch. Just so calm and collected, and I very much feel that shift. Prior to the Queensland goal, it really felt like ACT was starting to dominate. They were really holding the possession and carrying it through, and Queensland have turned the table, and we'll see that in this face-off. ACT have won the face-off, but have to bring it out of the zone before trying to bring it back in.
Flung into the zone now by Henry York. Back now for Thomas Koenig. Under some pressure there on the back wall. They should be able to clear it out now on the right-hand side, and they do. That had a lot of mustard on it, and that will come all the way back. 3:49 remaining, 1-all.
I am just really thoroughly enjoying how close this game is. So both teams are working really hard equally. One thing that I definitely want to credit ACT for doing is they're not just throwing the puck into the neutral zone, they're skating it in and then making a good pass.
And we'll have that one again.
Sometimes it doesn't quite go to the officials' liking, so they'll reset.
Attacking zone face-off coming up now for the ACT. Tyler Kabara in the face-off circle. Kai Miertinen fires. Got a bit of Santilli on the way through. Here's an opportunity coming up for Queensland. Entering the zone, firing, but there was a lot of bodies in front. Santilli with the backhanded shovel. The puck's still free in the general area of the slot. Tetreault watches the puck go in the corner towards Skate Higher. Queensland still on the attack. Lots of ACT players there in the slot though. Here's Henry York entering the zone on the left-hand side. Got pushed off the puck there by Thomas Koenig, but it didn't matter because ACT, they'll take that goal by Tyler Kabara every day of the week and twice on Sundays.
Look, I think I was a little distracted with the hit, but so was Queensland. So in that moment that they pushed York off the puck, as we see there, the ACT are just left wide open with, I think, maybe one defender in their way, but they just are able to slice that straight past to take a lead. So well played. I think Charlie York had a big smile on his face. I think he feels that hit was a little worth it because it paid off.
If I had to do that to get an assist, he's like, yeah, if that's what happens if I get hit, I'm quite happy to take the hit. Pretorius now, back now for Christensen. Christensen guarded there by Campbell. Back into neutral ice. Here's an opportunity from Buskers. Buskers walks in. Penalty coming. The puck's free in the slot. And that's been called a goal. So a delayed penalty will confirm this on the replay for sure. But that's what's been signalled on the ice.
Look, again, we've seen this a few times in the past couple of games. A goal is a goal, no matter how scrappy or messy. There's a lot of people in the net there, but I think as Buskers is on his way to the ice, the puck must just roll through.
It was certainly under some pressure. Doesn't matter how you score them, 3-1.
So a very quick change in the scoreline there. So we've gone from being very even to 2 very quick goals for the ACT. And look, the shots on goal are still very, very close with 15 to ACT, 13 to Queensland. So both teams are very much in this game. We're only in the second period.
Timeout for Queensland. So is this just to calm, let's have a look on the screen, but is that just to calm them down?
Look, as a coach, they'll be feeling a little bit frustrated. 2 quick goals can really take its toll on the team. So I think the coach will be wanting to bring them in, just have a chat to them. It just, yeah, as you said, it slows everything down, allows them just to reset a little bit slower than on the ice going straight into the next play. And meanwhile, ACT bench that we can see on the screen, they'll be happy. They'll be celebrating. I'm seeing lots of smiles. And this is the kind of lead I somewhat expected with the momentum and how much puck possession they've got.
Now, it's not that Queensland are doing a lot wrong. It's just the momentum of 2 bang-bang goals.
Absolutely. Look, it also is just that the ACT are capitalising on those little mistakes. So we're not talking big mistakes where the team's taken a penalty. These are little on-ice mistakes where during the hit on Charlie York, everyone was a little bit distracted with the hit, maybe looking to check the refs if there was an arm up for a penalty. And in the meantime, the pucks moved around and ACT were able to get it through. So those little mistakes where you're not quite paying attention can cost you. And that's really what happened on the first goal. And the second one was just putting pressure in front of the net. It was scrappy, yes, but you put that pressure on, you play to the whistle. That's what you need to do, and that's exactly what they've done to get that second one and pull ahead by 2 goals.
So 2:55 remaining, then we'll have a Zamboni break. So 3-1. We'll confirm all the goal scorers at the intermission. Back now for Pretorius. Pretorius dumping it in. Puck bin balls around. It's left now for Brunt in the right-hand side, and he's skate higher. Fedor battling, chasing the puck. Gets to the puck first, in front. That's a great opportunity in front for Queensland via Gum. Battle in the corner. Puck just needs to continue to move. Reinforcements arriving, including Katovic. Now into neutral ice. Here's Fedor with 2:25 remaining in the second period. Dumped in. Christensen in good position here for the ACT. Battle with Pretorius. Back in the neutral ice. Here's Fedor. Fedor trying to get around Ricky Miettinen. Back into the ACT defensive end briefly. Fixter recovers well. Entering the zone. Pretorius with the hit. Julian Fedor now. Under 2 minutes remaining in the period. Pretorius battling. Fixter uses the wall, and that was very lucky to stay in play there. Could have easily went over the glass. Zamboni corner, 1:40 before the Zamboni comes out. Pretorius centering pass, finds Fedor, but he was under pressure by Casey Kabara. Charlie York coming in, Casey Kabara with it now. He's got Mitch Henning for company. Skating around Rapchuk, but offside.
Oh, I think Charlie York was just a little fast for Casey, so maybe Casey needs to skate a little bit quicker. But look, the other side to 2 quick goals is it can take a mental toll that leads to frustration. And I think we're seeing a little that with a bit more physicality against the boards.
So back now with 80 seconds remaining in the period. Lachlan Farming back with it. Right hand side, getting out of their defensive zone, the ACT. Back now for Kowinick. Kowinick straight up the middle, was attempting to contact with Santilli. Puck in the Zamboni corner. 65 seconds before the Zamboni comes out. Casey Kabara now. Kept in the zone by the ACT. Firing from distance. Good save there. Casey Kabara again. Here's Henning. Santilli did a great job of getting his stick in the way, making that one break down. Kowinick was under pressure. Back into neutral ice. Kowinick uses the glove, trying to get it back to himself. Santilli contributing. 40 seconds remaining in the period. And we have a whistle. There's an arm in the air.
Joey Terrio just indicating a high stick, so it must have hit someone in the head for it to be a 2-minute penalty. So some good vision from referee Joey.
High sticking the call. Penalty box door opens. Lachlan Farming enters with 38.49 seconds in the period.
A big opportunity opening the third with a 1.5-minute power play. So that will be interesting when we get to that part.
So one by Fedor. Pretorius walking the blue line. Down low, trying to find Santilli. Santilli trying to get a shot on. Santilli again trying to find somebody in front but couldn't. Back into neutral ice. 25 seconds left of the period. Pretorius. Cross ice pass for Rapchuk. Entering the zone now is Fedor. Centering pass but couldn't find anybody in Queensland colours. Santilli under some pressure. Gum centering, trying to connect there with Rapchuk. 7 seconds remaining in the period. The puck was free briefly in the slot. Gum with it now. Pass was too wide for Santilli. And that will be all that we wrote. 3-1 to ACT.
Like a very quick change in the dynamic of this game, going from very, very equal to a 2-goal difference.
So 2-all. So it was very close. It was very close there, and now all of a sudden 2 quick goals. It's 3-1.
Correct. Sorry about that. And look, the shots on goal are dead even, 15 for both teams. So I expect nothing less than that in the third period. So I'm looking forward to seeing what both teams can do. They just need to reset.
And there's going to be some ice work as we talk briefly. But the interesting thing about it is, if you think about the attack that both of these teams have, in 30 minutes of stop time hockey, there's only been 15 shots apiece, which is it says a lot for the goaltending, but it also says a lot for the D. It says a lot for them. So we will come back in about 10 minutes' time for the resumption of play in the third and final period. The ACT lead Queensland 3-1. When they return, there'll be a power play for 1 minute and 21 seconds. We'll be back soon. Bye for now.
Welcome back to Hunter Ice Skating Stadium for this incredibly thrilling matchup between ACT and Queensland. We currently stand, ACT have 3 goals to Queensland's 1, with the shots on goal at 15 for each team. Eric, it's been quite a couple of periods.
It certainly has. It was very close there. It was 1-1, and then all of a sudden the ACT put on 2 quick bang goals, which caused coach Ivan Rapchuk for the Queensland team to call a timeout to settle his guys down. One good thing for Queensland, they'll come out with 1:21 on the power play.
Absolutely. And look, towards the end of that period, you could see, in spite of the timeout and trying to calm his players down, there's a little bit of frustration building up with a bit more physicality against the boards and a little bit clumsy on the puck in that they weren't really holding possession very well. But as we see on screen, we've got the 2 goalies in net who have just been absolutely solid for their teams. And look, in spite of those 2 quick goals, it certainly doesn't discredit Cameron Miller for just how well he has been playing in those first 2 periods.
So the fire extinguishers are on screen. Cameron Miller on the left playing for Queensland, and Alex Tetro for the ACT.
So I think, once again, this period, structure, accuracy and discipline is going to be very, very important as Queensland get the puck out of that face-off.
So back now for Pretorius, under some pressure on the left-hand side. Rapchuk, Pretorius, Queensland still are on the power play. Back now for Henning. Trying to clear it out, the ACT at their own defensive end. They've still got a penalty to kill for the next 60 seconds. This battle up against the boards will certainly eat into the time. Julian Fedor now. Fedor centering past. Nobody was able to take advantage. Deflected away by Miller into the corner. Back now for Henning. 45 seconds of the Queensland penalty remaining. But they're on the power play, but they're at the wrong end briefly. They'll elect to go towards Pretorius. Fedor taking over. Casey Kabara doing a mountain of work, doing some forechecking against Julian Fedor with no stick. Now he recovers. Back into the neutral zone. Cross-ice pass went wide of Fedor, so he has to come back. Casey Kabara now. Santilli applying some pressure. Casey Kabara just happy to eat some time off the penalty clock. Back into neutral ice. Julian Fedor almost out of play in Zamboni corner. And it's back for the ACT. Christensen, centre ice. Power play is over. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Pretorius against Tyler Kabara. Back into neutral ice. Just electing to find Beers. Entering the zone via Kai Miettinen. Kai Miettinen centering past there. And Tyler Kabara, as he put the exclamation point on it. Probably too early for that, but it's 4-1.
That was incredibly well played, and watching this replay you can see they moving in for the shot. Didn't have a clear shot, backhand passes it across to his left hand side, and nice big open backdoor net to capitalise and pull ahead by another goal.
Especially when you see here they did a good job of moving the goalie from post to post.
And that's the key when you've got 2 strong teams and 2 strong goalies. That movement is essential. And ACT are at it again as they win that face-off.
Back now for Cairns. Here's Kawinick trying to work out from Cafe Corner, trying to work up to the other end of the ice. Tyler Kabara with it now. Clearing it, trying to clear it out in the neutral ice. Kept in the zone by the ACT. Brown clearing it out briefly. Farmy. Got a lot of Campbell on the way through. ACT still on the attack. Centering. Campbell battling with Henry York up against the boards. Reinforcements arriving from both teams. Just walking in. Tyler Kabara in some traffic at the skates of Cairns. Cairns recovers now. Trying to clear it out. They do a good job of applying the pressure via Cairns. Cross ice pass. Tapped on and he'll come off for a change is Chris Moore. Cross ice pass. Here's Brunt straight up the middle. Trying to connect with Tyler Kabara but couldn't. Finds Brown. Finds Kawinick. Back for Brown. Queensland centering pass. Tapped on there by Craig Higgins. Zamboni corner. ACT working it out of their own defensive end. They've got options. Santilli with the interception. Pressure. Santilli with the puck. Got a backhanded shot on against Tetro. He was under pressure. There was a follow-up shot. It was good work by Rapchuk. Rapchuk providing some great work there for Queensland, but out of the zone. And here's an attacking opportunity for the ACT. The puck's still free in the slot. Rapchuk contributing heavily, battle in the corner near the skate hire shop. Reinforcements arrive. Katovic. Spun out of that hit. And Queensland now have an opportunity to clear it out. They clear it out to the centre. Lachlan Farmy at his own defensive end, just going backwards at the moment to go forwards. Entering the zone. Pretorius there. Matuk finding some support. Lachlan Farmy thought about a shot at the feet of Beers. Just behind Tyler Kabara. Fedor helps him into the wall. Reinforcements arrive from both teams. Kept in the zone, but out now. So ACT have to retreat. Farmy just happy to dump it in. Couple of skates inside the attacking half, so no icing. Ricky Mietinen battling with Fixter, 96 on 96. Cross ice pass. Gum with it now. Got himself a goal this morning. Kept in the zone by Tyler Kabara. Getting around one. Centering. Trying to connect. But through to Miller, who holds and saves.
ACT almost don't quite look like the same team we watched in the first two periods. They're just not as composed, I think is the right word. Queensland are coming in and really getting in their way. They're really putting pressure on, getting in the way of passes, blocking shots. So I think ACT just need to tighten back up to what we saw in those first periods, and hopefully that face-off win and moving the puck around will benefit them.
ACT trying to keep it down this end. Queensland do a good job. Cairns with a foot race with Casey Kabara. Back now for Christensen at his own defensive end. Christensen orbits around the net, looking for some support, or he can go himself. Either or. Christensen enters the zone, gets around Greenwood, centering, couldn't connect with Henning. Queensland should have numbers to clear it out now via Kowinick. Kowinick finds Campbell. Campbell completes the job. Back now for Christensen and his own defensive end, and all of a sudden 5 minutes have gone in the period, Courtney.
Doesn't take long sometimes. And look, that's where we're getting a lot of 5-on-5 hockey. They're playing more structured, moving it around really well. And look, ACT are just demonstrating that right now as their passes are really on point.
Henning, cross-ice pass for Charlie York, enters the zone, dumps it in. Trying to find Casey Kabara, but Thomas Kowinick's there. Pocket pick, call 000. Back now for Charlie York. Thomas Kowinick. He's got options to clear it out. Clears it out left-hand side. But that will come all the way around. No icing. Makes it all the way around to Zamboni corner. Back into neutral ice. Casey Kabara enters the zone. Rapchuk comes back quickly to assist. Centering pass. Couldn't connect with Henning. Out of the zone. Beer has to retreat. Beer just happy to find some support in the form of Henning. Henning enters the zone. Watched there and guarded there by a couple. Turnover. Good work, Santilli clearing it out. Charlie York battling. Now they can try and clear it out, Queensland. Mietinen with the steal. Pretorius almost steals it back. Mietinen. Charlie York whiffs on the shot. Luckily didn't break his stick. That's what I thought might have happened. Here comes Fedor now on the counter attack. Fedor fires, and Fedor again goes bar down.
That was beautiful. And look, from our angle up here, we really see clearly how that hits that top corner, and I think then the water bottle might have bounced. So we'll catch that on the goalie cam replay.
It popped up for sure.
And look, I think Queensland really found ACT a bit flat-footed. Defensively, they weren't all there. They had 3 Queensland on 2. That presents a great opportunity, and they capitalised.
Back now, Farmy. Kai Mietinen now with the puck. 4-2 ACT. 8 minutes remaining. Fixter enters the zone now on the left-hand side. Centering pass. Finds Fedor. Under some pressure. ACT try and clear it out. Zamboni corner. aerial route, lucky not to hit the roof or the jumbo. Back now for Kowinick. Kowinick comes down.
That looked like it could possibly be a high sticking.
Yep.
And yeah, the referee calling that at centre ice. Certainly don't like seeing it. Player might be indicating some blood there.
So Tyler Kabara sitting in the penalty box for at least 2 minutes, maybe 4. We'll wait for the official call on that. So there'll be a zebra conference in the officials area. 4 minutes for high sticking.
Seen a couple of those this tournament, unfortunately. We had one earlier this morning as well. So it really is on the players to control their stick and make sure it's not getting up into the faces of their teammates or the opposition.
So an attacking zone face off in a 4-minute power play for the Queenslanders. Kept in the zone there by Greenwood. Greenwood needs some options. He's got some options via Cairns. Working down low now. Finds Greenwood on the blue line. Greenwood dumps it in the Zamboni corner. Finds Cairns again. The puck's free. Working in was Cairns again. Campbell takes over behind the net. Finds Katovic. Queensland on the attack and on the power play. Off the iron, off the crossbar and out of play. It's a good initial shot there by Greenwood.
I think it may have hit the helmet there, Eric. So we'll watch the replay here. It looked like it may have even bounced Tetro's, just done a little headbutt and got it out of his way and deflecting it up. But I feel like not only with the power play, ACT have got some momentum off that goal and they're looking really strong, winning that face off. But we are going to see them do that again.
So it's a long power play, 3:22 remaining. Here's Pretorius now. Pretorius for Rapchuk. He's got Fedor in front. He's got Santilli now. Santilli back for Rapchuk in Zamboni corner, trying to find Santilli. Christensen had lost his stick. Battle up against the boards. Henning's quite happy to drive him into the boards. Trying to drive Gum into the boards there. Queensland still on the attack via Fedor. Henning does well to keep the puck out of the defensive zone, so Queensland have to retreat. Still 2:45 on the power play for Queensland. Pretorius again. Guarded there by Casey Kabara. Finds Rapchuk. Rapchuk had his pocket picked by Casey Kabara. Still entering the zone though briefly. Battle up against the boards. Casey Kabara winning the battle there and out of the zone and all the way back down. Henning first to the puck as Pretorius tripped and fell himself. Henning now has got no support, but what this is also doing, it's eating valuable seconds off the clock as Queensland look to get out of their defensive zone. Cross ice pass now. Pretorius, left hand side, entering the zone with 2:02 remaining in the power play. Kai Mettinen clears it out all the way back down. No icing on the penalty kill. And that will come back now for Queensland at the defensive end with 1:49 remaining.
ACT are really showing they're playing a strong, structured penalty kill.
It was almost a mistake, but cleared up. Back into neutral ice. Fedor finds Campbell. Campbell enters the zone through traffic, but they clear it out via Brunt. Safety first there by Miller. Clearing it out, Queensland now with 1:25 remaining in their power play. Finding Campbell briefly. Campbell on the chase. Kept in the zone there by Kowinick briefly. Cleared out by the ACT, and that will come all the way back down for Queensland.
They're winding this clock down with 1:07 to go.
They certainly are. They've got options now. Clearing it. That misses the stick of Campbell. Coming back is Farmy. Under a minute remaining of the penalty kill for the ACT. That will come back now for Pretorius. Pretorius first to the puck, just. Cairns comes into lender hand. Battle up against the boards. Arms stay down. Rapchuk, Kowinick. Kowinick battling. Received a bit of a slash. Kowinick didn't like the slash. And there is a penalty coming. It's on. There's some fisticuffs down here. Buskus and Kowinick up against the bench. This could get ugly. Our linesman getting involved there, and we'll wait for the penalties. Buskus heading straight towards the dressing room. And Kowinick getting led over towards the penalty box. We'll just wait for the calls to be made to see what the actual calls will be. So that would be the initial, no, that contact there. And then it went on from that. Kowinick certainly objected to the slash, to the initial slash. Then there was the contact, and then there was the brawl.
I think there was a little bit of retaliation for the original hit back on the boards, which is what delayed Buskus coming out of the zone. And as he came out, I think he saw the numbers and went for the hit. The player had the puck at the time. He's passed it off and then hit. And then at that point, they just not agreed and decided to vent their frustrations. So, look, this Eric is, I think, pretty clear. It was from both sides. Both of them participated in in the extracurriculars. But it can be, on the back of second period, 2 quick goals after being so close can bring out a bit of mental frustration for Queensland. So that we're seeing that up against the boards in the way that they're hitting. But ACT just need to come back to that composed hockey they opened with. So they still have a 2-goal lead. They do have a 27 seconds on the clock. We will confirm the next set of penalties when they are sorted. We can see Ref Joey Terrio chatting to
Jeff was here earlier.
to the two. He's on the line, I think. He's having a chat to the 2 captains and just explaining what's going on. But when things like that happen behind the play, it does make it tricky. So you've got the back ref catching as much as he can while the play's happening up top. But we'll have a listen and see if we can hear anything on the benches.
So there's 4:13 remaining. So 4:13 remaining. There is a 5-minute penalty on the clock against Queensland. There's the original penalty. Hang on, that's being adjusted. So Courtney's just listening in to see if she can hear what the referee's saying in relation to the penalties.
So I don't think the slash we saw in that initial replay has been factored in. I think it is just coming down to the 2 fighting near the benches here and being reflective of that. So we have someone in the box will be sitting for Matt Buskus. I expect we won't see him for the remainder of the game.
So there's 2 penalties. So there's 2 penalties on the clock against the ACT, one for 27 seconds and one for 5 minutes. So here we go. This is going to be an interesting period. Queensland need to start climbing the mountain. Pretorius, Rapchuk now. Rapchuk got the stick of Casey Kabara on the way through. Gum battling. Reinforcements arriving. Santelli. The puck comes free, cleared out by ACT all the way back down. Safety first, and considering the angle that shot that went on, and that went on net, that's an unusual shot. ACT, Casey Kabara, back to centre ice. Here comes Julian Fedor. Fedor walks in, has his pocket pick. Christensen clears it out. Here's Pretorius. Tyler Kabara now in a battle with Santelli. They're locked together. There's a penalty coming.
So ACT got, I believe it was Casey Kubara back, so his penalty finished.
So he was just sitting there the whole time watching this.
He was. And I'm just waiting to see, so it looks like we have Tyler off to the box for hooking, as indicated by Joey Terrio. So ACT just escaped their 5 on 3 when they got their 4th player back, but they will play 2 minutes of the next 3:25 as 3 on 5. So this could go well for Queensland if, as they have possession of the puck now, passing it around, looking for a shot.
Here comes Queensland. There's a backdoor opportunity, and Ratchuk saw it, but he just couldn't get there quick enough. It'll come back now for Pretorius with 3:10 remaining. Queensland are down by 2 goals. Do they pull the goalie? And they've already used their timeout, so they'll have to do it organically. Back now for Pretorius, entering the zone. He's got Ratchuk for company. He's being double teamed by Christensen and Casey Kabara. Ratchuk takes over now. Back now for Pretorius. Centering. They were there waiting in front of the ACT. Cleared out all the way back down with 2:40 remaining. Back now for Fedor. Fedor now will keep an eye on the goalie situation at the Queensland end. No icing. Back now for Farmy. Cleared out by Brunt. Brunt clears it out all the way back down with 2:28 remaining. Back for Pretorius. He's got Ratchuk for company. Henning holds him down. Reinforcements arriving. Queensland trying to clear it out. Henning just trying to delay things. Here comes Ratchuk now. He can go coast to coast and is entering the zone on the right-hand side. Stops, props, looks for some support. Has none. Looking for a lane. Has some support on the left-hand side. They need a player in front. There's Fedor. Fedor hit the bar, but not in. Close call there. Trying to clear it out. 150 remaining. Kept in the zone. No, not kept in the zone by Fedor. Very close opportunity there for Queensland as they get a player back.
So they get their player out of the box. He can make his way back to the bench. So, look, this is a very strong penalty kill when you've only got 3 players on the ice, which is what ACT have at this point. It's pretty tiring. So they'll be looking for frequent line changes and icing that puck as much as they can.
Katovic looking to fire but can't. Pocket picked. Good work there by Kai Miettinen. Miettinen out pressure. Cairns puts Miettinen into the boards. Reinforcements arrive, and Queensland, you would think they would have to go now. ACT get a player back now. 1:20 remaining. Cross ice pass. Queensland have to go and go now. Campbell loses it as he comes into the zone. There's hits everywhere. All the way back down. Safety first here by Miller. Just leaving the puck there for Brown. Brown with it. Left hand side. Entering the zone on the left-hand side. Here come Queensland. Through Fedor. Out of the zone. ACT with a Casey Kabara trying to find Henning possibly. Can afford to just keep the puck himself. Finds Brunt. Brunt fires slightly wide. Pressure. 45 seconds remaining. Queensland have to go and have to go now. Kowinnik. They can't stay down here. You just can't do circle work at this time. They need to go forward. They've got 30 seconds remaining. Kowinnik, left-hand side. It's all gone. It's all gone, Courtney.
It is. I think Queensland have let the frustration get the better of them, and they just weren't able to maintain that structure.
Here's Fedor now. 15 seconds remaining. Got a good shot on. Saved there by Tetro. Centering now. There's a sense of urgency back with 10 seconds remaining. Empty net for Queensland. Here's Brown now. Right-hand side. Centering. Can't connect all the way back down. That will go wide of the empty net. And that is the end of the game. 1-4-2 by the ACT.
I definitely think this is a perfect example of cooler heads prevail. ACT were able to maintain some composure, but Queensland were getting a little bit scrappy towards the end there when we're really just sort of throwing their arms at ACT a little bit. And instead of really just focusing on that structured hockey and taking advantage of the power play that they were on. So, look, congrats to ACT. They played a good, hard game. And the shots on goal remained close, with ACT finishing up with 19 shots on goal, Queensland finishing with 21.
A massive stick tap to the defensive players in this game, because you think about all the AIHL level players in this game from both teams, and there was 21 shots on one side, 19 on the other.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, the credit to the ACT PK line, particularly those 3 players, they cycled through, I think they had 2 different PK lines play in that 5-on-3, and they just did so well to keep the puck out of the zone. So every time they brought it in, an ACT player would pick it right back up again and send it over all their heads back down the other end. So that's really tough to do. It's very tiring when there's only 3 on the ice, and credit to them. So I'm excited to see them go up against Victoria and New South Wales, and we'll catch more games tomorrow.
Before we talk about tomorrow, just to clean up some of the clerical paperwork, Courtney, in relation to that brouhaha, that fracas towards the end, Thomas Koenig for Queensland received 2 minutes for roughing, Buskus for the ACT, 2 minutes for interference and 5 minutes for fighting.
So given not much time left in the game, that will be why he just made his way to the change room, and a different player sat that 2 minutes for him.
So just wrapping up the goal scorers, 2 goals for the ACT for Tyler Kabara, 1 to Charlie York, 1 to Matt Buskus, and for Queensland, both of their goals to Julian Fedor. So just to let everybody know what's happening tomorrow for these 2 teams, the ACT, tomorrow morning they have an appointment with South Australia, and then in the afternoon they play New South Wales. Courtney will give us the times in a moment. And tomorrow, Queensland, they've actually got the morning off, and then in the afternoon they play Victoria.
Correct. We also have, so we've got 8:15 a.m. Victoria versus New South Wales, so we'll be up bright and early for that one. 10 a.m. ACT versus SA, as you mentioned. 3:30 we'll return after a bit of a break in the middle of the day for Queensland versus Victoria, and 5:15 we will see New South Wales and ACT, and I am looking forward to that one, Eric.
Oh, that's going to be a great day of hockey. Join Dawn Watt and Rob Dushman tomorrow for the morning session. We'll be back in the afternoon. What an afternoon of hockey we've seen. Thank you to all of our crew from Thought Fox Media for all their hard work as usual. In this one, the ACT 4 have defeated Queensland 2. We'll see you tomorrow for day 2 of the Jim Brown National Championship, brought to you by Ice Hockey Australia. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.
Thank you.